What makes a winning ad? Most marketers will give you one of three answers. Instinct, it just feels right. Trend following, it worked on TikTok last week. Or iteration, we test everything and see what sticks. All three of these approaches treat ad creation as a process of generating hypotheses from inside your own organization. But your competitors are already spending a lot of money running experiments in your market against the same audience you are trying to reach, and the results are publicly visible. The Meta Ad Library and the Google Transparency Center are the most underutilized competitive intelligence resources in e-commerce. The brands winning on paid media today are not necessarily the most creative, they are the most analytical. They read their competitors' data, they build from evidence, and then they apply creativity to execution, not to direction. Before I explain the framework, I want to establish the mindset shift that makes it work. Every ad your competitor is running right now is the result of a decision. That decision is visible in the Meta Ad Library. So it is the consequence of the decision. If the ad is still running, there are high chances that the call is working. A media buyer accountable for budget efficiency has decided to keep it live. If the ad has been running for 4 weeks, it has survived 2 rounds of human review. That 4-week-old ad is not just a creative asset, it is a signal. This is the intelligence mindset. You are not studying competitor ads as aesthetic inspiration. You are reading the results of a market experiment. The ad that is still running is the hypothesis the market validated. Here is the principle that makes competitor intelligence genuinely actionable. Ad longevity is a proxy for profitability. A media buyer that knows what he's doing does not keep underperforming ads live out of sentiment. Every active ad is consuming budget. An ad that has been running for 6 weeks has been earning its budget allocation every single week. That 6-week-old ad is telling you this hook, this offer, this emotional angle, and this format combination is generating sufficient return to justify continued spend in this market. You are not trying to reproduce the creative. You are trying to understand the strategic axes that make it work. Which hook type is using? What is the primary angle? What objection it is addressing? What emotional trigger is activating? And, most valuably, are any of these axes uncontested in our own ad library? To read competitor data systematically, you need a consistent classification framework. Without one, you are browsing and forming impressions. With one, you are building a structured database of market experiments. The framework has 8 axes. Primary angle, the core strategic claim. Hook type, how the ad opens. Offer and CTA, what the ad is asking the viewer to do and what incentive is attaching. Objection addressed, which purchase hesitation the ad is preemptively handling. Emotional trigger, the feeling state the ad is targeting. Content style, direct to camera, lifestyle, user-generated content, testimonial, or animated. Target segment, who the ad is specifically addressing. And confidence score, how legible the strategic direction is. When you classify every competitor ad across these 8 axes and map them against your own library, 2 things are becoming visible. The territory your competitors have saturated and the territory they have left uncontested. Once you have classified your competitors' active ads, you have 2 strategic opportunities. The first is iteration on proven territory. You have identified the hook type and primary angle generating sustained return for a competitor. You build your version, same strategic direction, stronger execution. You are entering a validated lane and trying to outperform the existing occupant. The second opportunity is white space capture. You identify the strategic axis that no one is covering. Hook type absent from competitor ads. Objection nobody is addressing. Emotional triggers active in customer reviews but missing from the ad library. White space ads enter a less contested creative environment. The audience has not been saturated with that angle. And if your research was sound, If the white space is unoccupied because the angle is generally uncontested rather than because it doesn't work, the first brand to fill it builds an advantage that is difficult to replicate once the territory becomes crowded. The Creative Intelligence module inside
commercebenchmark.ai
gives you the macro picture instantly. Your ad activity level versus the category, low, medium, high or aggressive. Competitors' share of voice in paid social, the percentage of active category ads belonging to each player, and the top performing competitor ad format by longevity. Your first signal from the longevity proxy before you open the ad library manually. And if you're really serious about it, the OmniConvert Nexus Ad Intelligence module is where the classification framework becomes a continuous operational system. Nexus monitors the Meta, Google, and TikTok ad libraries continuously. Every competitor ad detected is classified across all 8 axes automatically. Each of your competitors' ads and your ads are being deconstructed with AI. The output is the Creative Radar, a live visualization of the competitive creative landscape. Every ad is a node positioned by its primary angle and hook type. Dense clusters show saturation, empty zones are glowing to indicate no competitive ads, and they show the opportunity. When you see an uncontested white space zone, Nexus surfaces it as a priority testing opportunity. It then generates a creative brief grounded in the classification data, your hook, angle performance library, your customer review sentiment. The brief goes directly into the launch queue. When you want to clone a competitor's proven angle, Nexus generates the clone brief with all classification tags preserved. You are not reproducing the creative, you are capturing the strategic direction and briefing your team to execute it better. I want to address the objection that is probably for me. If everyone is using competitor data, won't everyone make the same ads? The answer is no. The data tells you what direction to move in. It does not tell you how to execute in that direction. Two brands can identify the same white space opportunity from the same competitive data and produce completely different creative responses. The one with the sharper customer insight, the better execution, and the most creative and relevant offer will win. Data removes the guesswork from direction. Creativity determines the quality of execution within that direction. That combination is what separates the brands that scale from the brands that iterate in circles. Stop guessing what to make next. The market has already told you. You just need to learn how to read it.
Go to ecommercebenchmark.ai
right now and see what your competitors are doing. Then go to OmniConvert Nexus, start a trial, analyze your ads, analyze your competitors' ads, analyze your reviews. It's time to level up your paid ad campaigns game. Want to learn more about how to grow your Shopify? Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on LinkedIn.